Hello, Artem here, welcome back to some more, well, Kerbal Space Program. It has been a while. I had to look through to see where things are up to. I had completely forgotten. But yeah, let's get started. Last time, I was doing a moon rescue mission, and I had this insane idea. I seem to remember last time it ended with a just Kraken attacking. I mean, I am sending this. I'm not too surprised. I honestly forget the Delta V stuff for this, what's intended for what stage. This is cutting things a bit close with these inner boosters. Familiarize, let's see, action 1. That's these, I assume. Oh, that doesn't have engines, it's only these 4. This is supposed to, I guess this is supposed to get me all the way up of the orbit. Yes, welcome. This is the design. I made this weeks ago, maybe months ago even at this point. Yeah, probably months ago. I think the last time I tried to use this, it kind of just didn't. I mean, these boosters are horrendous, and yeah, the end goal is just to be able to carry this up to moon. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Well, okay, I know what I was thinking. I was thinking, this seems crazy. Let's do it. Solar panels is my usual thing. Anything else? Okay. Aerodynamics on 1. I guess I will try launching this and see what happens, and maybe we don't get a Kraken? Probably asking for too much. Yep, so SAS on, obviously. I think it's leaning already. Because, like, look, those are on the ground, those are in the air. That is not a great start. Max 1.3, okay, that makes sense, yeah. Save. And launch. And drop to the side. It's spinning. I'm not touching anything and it's spinning. It's okay, it's wobbling. Wobbling isn't as bad. Maybe I should have strutted these together. That might have been an idea. That might have been sane. I try to turn it this way? I don't want to risk spinning it, is the thing. But how do I do the gravity turn? Also, I can't imagine this is great for drag. I mean, I could have rolled, but I am not sure this would necessarily have survived a roll. Roll probably would have been a better turn, but I feel like if I start a roll, it's not going to end. Just roll like this, I guess. Where's my next... Okay. What's... Perhaps this 50 kilometers? Okay. Let's maybe bring down the thrust a bit. Perhaps this is already at 60k. I think maybe something's going on with my sound, because I wasn't hearing the engines at all, even though this... I guess at this point... don't prograde, cut the engines for a second, and then... First of all, quick save. Get rid of aerodynamics. How much damage? Don't think anything important was damaged. Maybe I should have done that in space. I am also, however, scared to... I'm not seeing any damage. Okay. Perhaps this is almost out of atmosphere. Out of atmosphere. Let's get to maybe 72. How hard is it going to be to circle? 11-second burn. Okay. That's reasonable. Huh. Might actually work. And I think the idea is we circularize. That will basically finish off the side boosters. And I guess we have enough delta V. Yeah, 4k delta V for this top stage. Should be enough to get to the moon, get land on the moon, pick up the thing, and it works. And get back. I started out a bit early, but that should be fine. There we go. We are in an orbit. This thing got into orbit. Now, possibly the scariest part. Separating these. Okay. Did I quick save? If I haven't, then I have now. H? Okay, yes. H? Well. Huh. I got the space fine, but... Okay. How about we do one side at a time? Let's try that. What is it? What the? Okay. That's worthy of a reload, I would say. Actually, put in a proper save. Oops, nope. How reproducible is that? That was even more instant. The other side? Huh. Look. I switch to it? Can I switch to it? Oh, it destroyed its control. So, and try coupling and switching to it. And it works. Okay. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. Okay. We're both shaking at the same rate. What? Okay, so what is it that's shaking? Are these shaking or is the screen shaking? Do I... Limited Pro Control? Really? Okay. Huh. That is interesting. Let's point you retrograde. Stage all the parachutes. I am also scared to time warp at the moment. That... What? In camera up at the top. Nations on, that's why. Okay. Where are you controlling from? What? Why wasn't it that? What? How was it getting retrograde? Let's quick save here. Got what, 100 or something meters a second? 130. How much can I drop? Yeah, significantly. Okay. Can I warp around? Nothing too bad seems to have happened. Minkry there, okay. The orbit. Somewhere. Trying to deorbit this to not leave debris behind in orbit. Also, get rid of the Kraken. I was... Then... kept it. Somewhat. Yeah. I mean, I haven't tested it, but it should be. Hopefully. Now, I mean, I've put all these parachutes on for a reason. They might be the reason why we have the Kraken. Go with that, and then point prograde. Okay, I'm sure this heat shield will save us. It is... if it's for parachute, it is making the entire thing very weird. And let's just... yeah, time more. Rest of the way. Get the atmosphere. And I guess we can still physics warp. Let's... okay. I'll retract that. Not the weirdest way it could have been acting. Physics off a bit more. I mean, the landing gear are a bit shifty. And honestly might not actually even support the proper weight. But if I look in here. Oh. No, that's a chargeable battery. Oh. That fluid tank wasn't supposed to be used yet. How fast are we going? 2.3 kilometers a second. That heat shield is very firmly attached. I'm watching it slide and there... well, maybe not so reasonable. I mean, on the plus side, it's still getting rid of debris from space. Don't know what's going on there, or why these are floating. There goes something. Into the mountains. That's flying pretty well. That's still flying. And it's no longer flying. Brake shoots. Okay, maybe not that much physics warp. It's a moderate amount. I mean, who cares about all the damage that we potentially brought upon the surface when that's damage that could have been up in space and hurting things in space, and that's much more important. Okay, I physics warped a bit too hard and just exploded in midair. Well, Right, now I have to switch to the tracking center. It is annoying when it does that when you'd prefer to be going to a different vehicle. On the plus side, half of the Kraken is gone. And let's just keep that in mind. Couple. To it. Okay, doesn't seem so bad. Let's take it out of hibernation. Up the solar panels, and actually, I'm here. Open up those solar panels. Oh. Oh, here's the Kraken again. Hopefully I didn't just push it out of orbit. That would be terrible. Okay. Nope. I'll say I didn't jinx it, you saying don't jinx it jinxed it. Let's go with that. Okay. Solar panels. As long as they're attached, there's no Kraken. Which is interesting. Why is that? If it's because of all the extra parts, I've got half the number of parts here, but no Kraken. Means going that way, I think. Let's just add things. No, I didn't move parts significantly. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Here's the encounter. Okay. So yeah, I basically just built this up. So, what I'm going to do is detach, and then just use this to go away. Burn time of 27 seconds. So that's, what, 13 seconds aside? That's close enough. Nope, that did not go as planned, and I did not press the right buttons. There we go. I don't think I've lost too much delta V from that. We get it down to maybe 50 kilometers. What it will do. And set a... I don't want an SOI change, I want just a manual. Nope, okay. Add maneuver. Could be a way, create an alarm. Well. Okay, that works. Now let's get rid of the other Kraken. That's not the right direction. Nation off. There we go. Let's just quick save. And turn. That'll do. Point prograde. Now, the smart thing to do, go to all of these, then move them, all the fuel and oxidizer into the front. Yes, even this front. Although, thinking about it, I guess I do have one even further forwards. Just camera. Oh, I actually got the right one. That should be as far forwards as I can get it. Actually, this will fill up. That should maybe keep us pointing forwards. Maybe. Can't say for certain. But that should be significantly more drag back than at the front. Maybe. I'm going to say maybe a lot. Quick save and then physics swap a bit. See just how badly this goes. Not hitting an awful lot of atmosphere quite yet. And it's been somewhat stable. But now that I said that, now I've jinxed it. For the stake on the heat shield. Yeah, I mean, we're going to all this effort to launch us into orbit. Might as well bring something for the engineers back on the ground. It is getting hot. And I think that is smaller than it was before. It is glowing red. Thinking, ablative steak. I'm not sure if that would be all that tasty. Might be a bit too charred on the outside and not well cooked on the inside. It also isn't as aggressive of an entry as the last one. It might survive better. Hopefully, maybe. I mean, speed's going down, and I think this is already slower than some of it. Yes, Space Project taken a rocket and cooked it. I have seen people put things on a rocket and then cook it using that, but the cooking wasn't all that great. Although, maybe I have heard of someone recently, maybe it was Steak, maybe it's BPS Space that did it, but it was specifically to cook something. Maybe they put more thought into it? I'm gonna assume that Heat Icon is from is from the solar panels on the side. Twice the speed of a super heavy booster during re-entry. I think I've been faster on re-entries on other things. I mean, I am slowing down. I think that's a good sign. Although, about to hit heavier atmosphere. And the heat shield is protecting the more vital things, I think. Yeah, I mean, to be fair with the super heavy booster, it's not doing re-entries from Moon, and I've done that before, so... Oh yeah, we're going sub... Okay, give me a second. We're going sub-kilometer per second now, we should be good. And it made it through the re-entry part without breaking apart, so that's already great. Comparatively. Now, I am noticing parachutes have deployed, but still very much going forwards. Okay. Yep, there goes the swing. Nope, but it did swing itself. Thankfully, not too badly. Okay, turn this AS off and hopefully that will get rid of the spin. Pump the fluid back down to the bottom. I'm supposed to access this. There we go. And this should be more stable now. Still slowing down. Okay. 7.8 meters? Fine. Although, they are above water. The splash might not do so well. Will landing gear help? It will extend the base somewhat. Maybe? No, I don't think they do. Okay, let's just retract them. A quick save? Yes. Aim the camera at the bottom so I can see when we're close to the surface. And then hopefully careful timing on boosters, on rocket boosters. And recovered. What was that sound? We totally recovered it and it totally did not fall over and smash itself to pieces. And send some pieces into escape velocity of the sun. I've had that happen before. That was even with a softer landing. Maybe 5% value. And 150 funds recovered from it. Now, the trout population might be slightly charred from the engines, but they should be fine, at least from that one. Look, no... Oh wait, I don't have debris enabled. No debris there. No debris here either. Huh. No debris survived from the other Kraken. Okay, well... That's fine then. Where is... the thing? Under there, okay. I wouldn't say it's reusable, the boosters, but recyclable. Half recyclable. Let's... forwards. There is moon. There's the moon. What's thrust to weight ratio? 4? Not perfect. Yeah, I told you to... Look, the world supply of parachutes were also recycled. Youth event. Now, this is where we're heading is going to be quite inclined to be able to get to the rescue point. Not as familiar with that. This where it's controlling from, right? Yep. Okay, hopefully this is pointing the right way. Probably should be. Don't see how it wouldn't be. Oh, let's see. A quick save for time warping to the point. 3, 2. So, I've landed on the moon several times. Getting it to here will be the more difficult part. Maybe I should have just gone for a polar orbit. Might be a bit late for that now. An inclination. Not quite the one I want. Uh, 100 meters a second. Give that. Maybe also. For that. No, it's in a while. I mean, even if I didn't use the world supply of parachutes, I was going to drop it back down to Kerbal. And Lapsus. And I mean, yeah, I can recycle debris, but I'd need to have recyclable parts. Scrap metal isn't all as recyclable as actual sheets of metal. Also, good luck finding all the scrap metal when it's in a billion parts over this entire ocean. Oh. Okay, now where are we trying to get to? There. Okay, this might take a couple of few orbits. May take many orbits. Forgot how slow the moon rotates. Well, whatever Kerbal was stuck there, you're going to be stuck there for a bit longer. In the meantime, let's pull up the actual contracts. Jebsen Kerman. Yeah. Might have to wait a while. See. I already did the maneuver, I think, before the quick save. Yeah, okay. Not gonna spend another 200 Delta V to round again. Okay, fine. And time warp. Oh, that's getting close. A quick save here. It is going to be in nighttime though. Oh well. Bring the orbs in. Should have plenty of room still. And on the opposite side, slow down again. $1.5K. Bit more prograde. There. Do. Go. Save. And how much longer until approximately 9? I think that might be good enough. So, let's go about a third from control locked. Why are we control locked? Time warp, that's why, okay. And let's go for that deorbit burn. Should be good enough. For more of a flat line it is, for more efficient. It is in a crater though, so there's only so far you can take that. Hopefully I do not waste too much of my Delta V. Time up more. Good enough. Then control locked. Bye. Got electric charge. Oh. Where are my relay satellites? You ever see them? No path? Why not? This should have a good enough signal, doesn't it? Relays do I have here? Do I have the wrong relays? Do I not I don't have strong enough relays. Oh no. Great. Yeah, antenna rating's only 5k. Did I really not? Okay. Oh, I've got full probe control. Oh, 'cause I now am in sight. Kerbin, I guess, maybe? No, it's... Oh, the Kia stationary satellite, I guess. Let's just do the orbit burn then. At least I should be facing Kerbin. I'm really hard to see how far off the surface I am. Okay. Bit lower than I would have liked, but do. Maybe quick saving was a mistake, but who cares? I should set that as a target. I don't have lights on this, do I? I thought it was ready. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, no lights. Okay. Thrust weight ratio of 27. Okay. That's good ratio. Bit away. How long does it take to do that burn? 10 seconds. Let's do 500 meters. Yeah, I'll wing it. That's the fastest time warp I can get. Okay. Down there. Just cancel out the horizontal towards them. And that's kind of pulling it the right way. Yeah. Close at least. Yeah. That's speed relative to target. That's not quite what I was thinking. Surface. Okay, well, this will do for a start. Maybe we just get down onto the ground and then just... I'm also now beginning to think I probably won't be able to get all the way back to Kerbin. Really hard to see the ground. Really would be nice to have lights. There we go. Standard. Now. Well, I'm still going to use another... yeah, actually, maybe. So I still need to actually get over to that one, 700 meters away. That does seem pretty lined up. It's not readable at all. Cannot tell a single thing from map view. Straight down. We're not past it quite yet. And now we still need to go a bit further. Okay, another 100 meters to go. Does seem well lined up. Oh, okay, nope. That worked well. Yep. Okay, that's looking... Oh. It's hard to keep track of where it is. Really wishing I had lights. I don't have anyone in this, and I need to recover the entire craft for the contract. Which is why I brought this crane in the first place. Oh, what way am I oriented? Okay, other way. Very close. Arms to arm. True. Not that one. This one. No electric charge though. That electric charge we could rotate and spin it around. Although... Ha! Can't even EVA him. Okay. I can't. The hatch is obstructed because it's on its side. If I knock it over, am I close enough? Not quite close enough. To do that. Down. Shuffle it around. Stay there, in case hitting it does something. I think maybe I'll hit it with this one. Maybe this one. And then the Kerbal might be able to help. Seems to be moving downhill. If I am, then one of these will eventually hit it. Oh. Nope. Yay, there we go. I this way first and then inwards. Decide to try to push it from. If it was literally 180 degrees, that would be great. I don't think it's quite wide enough to fit through. Oh, this gap is wide enough to fit through. And then this side has the nose. We'll try pushing it around multiple times first before tracting the landing leg. I am worried tracting the landing leg will make things unstable. It shouldn't be, but okay, there we go. Nearly there. There we go. Too far. I could go around and push it back again, but it's probably straightforward. The grabbing arm to be a bit lower. means switching craft. That should be low enough, I think. Push. There we go. Okay, we'll saxophone. Yay! And 130,300. I mean, it will be enough to get into orbit of the moon at least. Yeah. And yeah, the other question is, even if we can get it to Kerbal atmosphere, can we get it down safely? But first of all, back up. And it shouldn't be blocking the exhausts. Fingers crossed. So I guess no better time to leave than now. Up with that, put me 2 kilometers. More than enough. I kind of forgot that I have 40 thrust weight ratio. Okay. That was a fair bit more than I thought it was. We'll be at the top. There we go. And that will be enough to get us into orbit at least. Forget that. I was waiting for the time warp to get us closer, but I forgot that normal time warp is literally just until a minute before the maneuver, and you often don't want more than that. Now, we're heading this way, so decide to escape. Okay. Change the timing on that. I can get it closer. Oh, not by much. We'll do a multi-moon turn. Days, how long to that one? 7 days. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Would be... The only question then is re-entry speeds. Keep track of that periapsis. Oh. I'm willing to go for that gravity assist. That seems like a pretty good gravity assist. Ooh, lower apoapsis and periapsis. And save some delta V to help slow down the re-entry. Save before this 4-second burn. I overshot, didn't I? If I do retrograde... let's bring the thrust limiter down a fair bit. 8% should be good. And just a touch. 200, 100. That's a bit too low for my liking. 50 kilometers safer. And let's time warp, I guess. Marine crane leaves. Yep. Okay, 6 out of 10 asteroids for that contract. Interesting. It wasn't actually showing the actual path. It was showing... Normally when you've got an encounter, it would show you the path and then the encounter, from memory at least. And it was only showing the encounter. But... yeah, actually. Right there. What's your... ah. Bit interesting. V? Why is it spinning? Stereo overlay. I'm guessing it's because we're switching between spheres of influence. So it isn't sure which way is prograde, which way to go for prograde. And Moon Crane flying past the moon again. Get rid of that display. And we're leaving the moon. Warp round near the atmosphere. Okay, in the atmosphere. Retrograde 0.16. I've got 100. Just a second. And some of that. Oops. I really should have retracted those. We can retract for gear 2. Okay. Temperature. I mean, they're mostly out of the way. I don't think this can spin, can it? And we are heading back up, so that should be the worst of it. it's only lightly toasted, I think. Rather than well cooked. And perhaps this is coming down significantly. That's good. That should be good. Feel safe enough. Quick save and time warp. No, physics warp. Our atmosphere. If I was to retrograde here, how much impact could I have? Might just go for one more orbit. And after another re-entry, then the delta V we have. Oh. Yeah, this wasn't supposed to re-enter. I don't have any parachutes on this. All the parachutes are on the boosters. Right, I think I remember what my plan was now. I think my plan was to get it up into moon orbit, and then actually construct a plane for this. Oh, that was nearly absolutely catastrophic. But now I can just leave it in, well, once we go through the atmosphere again, we can leave it in Kerbal orbit. Now it is basically a polar orbit. Might be a bit difficult to get to. Probably have to launch from the pole. I remember now, yeah, my idea was use a crane to be able to lift it out so I can actually put things onto it. And like construct a plane in space to then land said plane on Kerbal. Yeah, not doing too badly on the heat front. Less than a megameter in the apoapsis. Now on the way out. After surviving years, he didn't. It wasn't years before we went and rescued him. The re-entry crash landing and stranded in the Antarctic. For now, let's leave him in orbit. Hmm. I was thinking maybe I could send my space plane up and then like, put it into the docking bay, but I don't think I can make a polar orbit. from a desert airfield? Actually, it's even the same direction. Which direction am I going? That way. I think desert airfield goes north, so we'd be pointing the wrong direction currently. Remember to actually cover, do the burn. This is what happens when you spend a month between planning a mission and actually doing the mission. Okay, well, this is now safely in orbit. Let's just put the solar panels out. And then go to ground to actually plan how to bring him back. That was a... yeah, that was a sequence of events. Yeah, safely in orbit is in not imminently heading towards his doom. Oh. Now, the next question, rescuing him from orbit, how shall I go about that? I'm probably going to need to launch from near the pole. Maybe I could attach a glider to it or something? In which case, let's start off with the glider part. But, it's a scientist on board, so I would need to bring crew. Surviving all this and dying from a kraken, I won't rule it out. Go for an inline cockpit, Nord Spring, and engineer along. Yeah, you can do. Got orbital on Kerbin, you've got orbital on Kerbin, yeah. Okay. Makes sense. We will need to put a docking port on the front. And can a docking port fit in that inventory? No, it cannot. Okay. Cargo. Can it go in here? No, it cannot. Okay. I kind of wish that I could just like stack multiple of these and use the combined cargo. But no. Okay. I mean, I could do this. That would work. Then just go for... It's been a long time since I made Mark 1 plane. Just something very straightforward. Actually, how am I going to do the air intakes? Couple of delta wings, maybe? Bring those down a bit. Excuse me. Where's... yeah, there we go. I'm calling it a glider. Put a ramjet engine on it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I guess maybe looking for mass would be useful. 0.8 tons, 1.2. Panthers actually make sense. Yeah. Also gives us more control vectoring. One and no. Get the button for that. I want to double up. Maybe not. You want to bring this forwards. It shouldn't be that late. Hopefully. Medium landing gear. Actually, if I've got lights from rear ones, good. And oh. Then reverse inverted steering. And disable steering. Back ones. Also bring the brakes all the way up. Oh. Okay, this will be just pitch. This will be pitch and roll. I am wanting to fit this within a fairing, after all. Hey, I'm doing well. Welcome. Currently making a glider to bring a Kerbal back from orbit. Yeah, I kind of forgot to put the parachutes on the recovery vehicle. Wonder how that happened. I wonder. Like this. No. Go for that. It should be able to re-enter. I think. What's the smallest? Okay, that looks a bit too silly. Get a stabilizer in. Yep, mini plane. Well, at the very least, I can put some yaw control back here. I could use a gravitron and clamp it onto the orbital ship. Parachutes on it. Or I could put a plane up into orbit. Okay, so part of the reason why is I'm pretty sure this can't survive. Part of the reason why is that the main body that I'm bringing up, or that I'm bringing back down, is this part. So it has to be a plane. If I'm bringing back a cockpit, it has to be a plane. It might not be the sensible thing. Doesn't mean I can't do that. Give it some air brakes, a good measure. And probably some drag chutes. The glider. All of that for now. Now, yeah, I'm using jets, but I need to figure out where to put the air intake. Actually, I could put radio, I guess. I haven't done that too often. That's not radio even. Anyway. Yeah, that could work. I will put in some like battery things. I could put something underneath, but then I would like to keep some extra clearance, just to hopefully avoid hitting things. I think on top's fine, like this. Ooh, although that would prevent them from EVAing in order to actually do the construction. Okay, I can move the parachutes. Put the intakes back there, that should be fine. Yeah, this is more Kerbal, and that is entirely what matters. That. What else? And then just some panels on top. Leave that. Now let's figure out how to put it into orbit. Decoupler? No, that can't have a decoupler. Okay, well, I guess, oops. Launching it upside down then. In which case I don't really need the decoupler. Actually, I will. We'll actually make it a bit harder to attach. So I was planning on going from like here, then I could use the rocket to attach it to the main vehicle. Oh, I can do is engine plate in that case. Take this around again. Is it sneeze proof? Gonna have to get back to you on that one. Payload fairing around it. Oh. I thought. Interesting. Where's the attachment point? The engine plate. Am I misremembering how this works? Yeah. Okay, that works suddenly. What's it on? Longer. The engine back in. And it disappeared. Oh no, there it goes. Okay, and now we can bring this back up. Bearing. Oh, nope, okay. Bearing's not large enough. Okay. Run this far. It's 2.5 meter. Here we go. Not at all ridiculous. This repart. Just so that it can do some maneuvering in space. I guess it has to be advanced to 9. I actually just want to test it out. Just now that I have the actual final version, make sure that they can actually EVA, and also let's have a look at center of lift. It's a bit far back. Also, not giving an arrow, interestingly enough. Ah. Also misaligned. Let's give it a try. Let's see how it flies. Yeah, Because I mean, I've got engines on where I'm going to be attaching it to. So those will actually be what we use to get down into the atmosphere. But then to be able to actually point the way we want it to point, use okay, yep, EVA works. And oops. It's got those for now. Yep, got airflow. How does it fly? Enough SAS, stably. Oop. Very spinny. Can just force it into that turn. Okay. Pull back on the throttle a bit. If anything, it's a bit too stable. Oop. Except for the spinning. Too much spin. That's down. That's a lot more reasonable. Yep, it came down a bit too hard. Oh. It was good until the front wheel came down way too hard. If I do that again, this time, stage. See what the stall speed is. Okay, about 40 meters. And yes, let's bring that down to 4%. And just SAS to make that not hit the ground too hard. Front wheel. And bit of throttle. Make the turn. And then just be able to come into land. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot about those air brakes. Yeah, it works. Now, with a nose, might be a bit more problematic, but yeah, might be fine. We'll see. Excuse me. So let's get that up into space. let's go put the payload rail back on. There we go. Now, up. Let's bring nice in. Over gear, I guess. And yeah, we've got lights for landing. Okay, action groups. Let's put a port. There we go. Deploy sheet. Also, bring this down to 4 degrees. Down to. I'll leave it at 20, but using SAS will be more stable. Hopefully stable enough. And hopefully the nose won't make it too front heavy. Can't disable staging on those, so that should be it. Now, for the actual getting this up into orbit part. I've got a size 3 fairing, so probably just do. How much? Now that I'm here, I'm kind of wondering how much do the vector engines cost? 18,000 each? I mean, I've got the money to spare. I can probably toss the crane. Or I could leave the crane in orbit, I guess. I always have the option of deorbiting it. Now it's actually saying the Delta V. I need to have those be in the same staging group. It's a big booster. Would you go to cargo? Could bring some parachutes up. And this will be for deorbiting the crane. Yeah, it's gonna be. Let's just put 2 in each. Okay. So I'll need a bit more than that to get into orbit. So, should check. What's the thrust looking like? 1.2, oh. Oh, wow. Christ. Might actually need a bigger engine. Yep, that's more than enough thrust. Way more. No, I actually just need... I did see this one go, Alex, no. Largest booster I have. Didn't actually know. I'd stay. Don't have any size 3. Don't quite have the Delta V either. Could just go big rocket. It's probably going to be overkill, yeah. But I am also doing a polar launch, so I need a bit more Delta V than I normally would. I also need to rendezvous. I guess it makes sense to bring more Delta V. I just did it. Okay. I'll make this much. Okay, fine. Now, how do I want to do this? Let's put a couple of grid fins. Before... I don't think I need this many. I'll do it anyway. Go. That should be enough stability control, at least in the atmosphere. Not quite the smallest I've seen, but definitely up there. It is pretty small, as far as normal planes are concerned. Small plane, big booster. What was I looking for? Probably electricity. Let's put some solar panels on, I guess. And, you know, just to make things a bit ridiculous, put parachutes on the thing that's not returning the Kerbal. I'm going to make sure that it's perfectly reasonable that we could have brought him back on this, but choose not to. Solar panels. Anything else that we need? I don't think there is. Let's just make sure. Yeah, not for pilot, we need an engineer. Yeah, they all have orbit around Kerbal, I think. Oh well. I guess it doesn't really matter who it is. Is there anything else I need to do? Let's just go through. Got fuel, we've got activist and thrust. Yes, actually, let's bring thrust limiter down. Right. Probably isn't actually enough to maneuver it in space. But oh well. It is going to be a bit rough in space. Now, Glacier Lake. Probably should have put... what are they called? Big grabby arms. Planets aren't. The second I start saying the planets aren't moving, they start moving. Oh, where are they? Something like that. Will also tell me the direction I need to launch in. It is silly. I did not check staging, but it seems to be good. And I guess let's go. There. We need to go up. Let's pull up some new info. Might have turned a bit too... Yeah, I did turn too far. I am out of practice. East opposite way. Or north. Perfectly normal launch. Yeah, this might not actually... I might have messed up that launch too much. It is very crooked. Go more less north. Oh. Oh dear. You have enough to get into an orbit. I don't think I have enough to rendezvous. chance. Whereas for speed, yeah, 400. We'll just try that launch again now that I actually know which direction I'm heading. Oops. I probably could have done with more fuel. Probably could have done with more. Actually, probably could have launched from 4. Been a bit more in line with it. Thrust up. Launch. Go. Direction. Oh, that's actually way too early to turn. Think about it. Really having a good time today, aren't I? One's a bit less crooked. More towards the 45. I'm sure the pyramid's helping. Pyramid's a very aerodynamic shape. Not as crooked, at least. Definitely going too far sideways, though. Oh well. What's interfering? It is a small plane. Oh, yeah. Trying to get up to this thing. Don't think I have enough delta V though. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could do 2-stage, but I mean, the thing is, this fairing is so large anyway to be able to fit the plane in. I might as well just go for the larger tanks, in which case, not too much point in going with 2-stage. It's just how much thrust there is in this thing. Yeah. Right, well, we can test for re-entry, I guess. Yeah, it does, but I don't really need a doubling in performance. I've got like, way too high a thrust weight ratio. I can just add in more fuel. And like I could put side tanks that I drop. Yeah. Let's stage Parachutes first, then and then cancel that. Let's see how re-entry goes on this. It was totally intended as a test flight. So hitting the atmosphere at 5Ks. Let's deploy that a bit. Like that. I'm slightly concerned. Oh, what's. Oh, right. The air brakes overheated. And yeah, the rear facing. Rear facing. What's they called? What are they called? Docking port. Yeah, rear-facing docking port isn't all that great for heat, I guess. Should be good now. And yeah, next time around as well, we will have a front cone that will be protecting the docking ports. Limit testing. Not be maneuvering in physics warp. This thing. Now the question is landing. This won't be as smooth as where else as KSC would be. Could try a water landing, test how that goes. You'll be able to slow down and float down at about 40 meters a second, so it should be fine. Vincent Kerbals seeing 2 rockets fail to rescue him. Yep. And I don't have any air brakes to slow down with, so let's use wheels as air brakes. Adbart, don't be worried about the current nosedive you're currently in. 6K is up. 5, 4, 3. Let's wait until about maybe 2.5 and then pull up. 2.5. That's. See, it's perfectly fine. I told you not to worry. And the second dive you're in as well. I did not engage the engine. That explains. Bring the thrust all the way down. 200 meters up. Meters up. Okay. Bring the speed all the way down. It's probably safe to... no, the air brakes blew up, not the air intakes. The air intakes are fine. But the air... I forgot that the air brakes were still activated during the worst part of re-entry. There we go. The water landings are fine. I did have the option of pulling the parachutes. Okay, let's try that again. This time, try a bit harder. I could calculate how much delta V I actually need to get use to get to that orbit, but I won't. Oh, okay. That'll be like now an extra 500. We'll have some thrust weight. Okay, what? Decouplers. How far can I sit them away? Might need to get rid of the fins. Oops. So if I was to attach, what would I attach? I'm attaching it there. I might as well go 4 sides. Maybe go for size 1.5 because we get these. They are a bit small for size 3 though. Wouldn't be able to bring them that low down. I was to add some engines to this. Ooh, I could go with Bobcats and then spin them like that, yes. Okay, okay, put the solid rockets on the detached stage. Let's split that up. So then these are together, good. Thrust weight ratio is actually a bit low there. I'm not going to be using heats. That's what 12 does, right? Alright. Yes, turn crossfeed on. Thinking. Ones we detach first, this one. Could do this. How long? Okay, what's the burn time on this? 37 seconds and. And if I put everything together, that gets me enough thrust weight at least. And just a more radial decoupler. Well, actually, if this runs out first, it should go. Make sure that it can last long enough. I actually probably want to limit gimbling on this. Ah, nonsense! It won't implode. Do I just there? Gimbling. Otherwise, it will start burning the fins. Needs a bit of strutting, I think. Maybe the other side too. And maybe. And just to be sure that I have the fuel flow correct, let's just. There we go. Now, hopefully, should be more than enough. But just make sure that it doesn't explode on the launch pad as well. Structural. Launch clamps. Also down a bit. Take that. Good enough, hopefully. Let's launch that, and I will be right back. Alright, I am back. And since he's stuck on the moon for years, it hasn't been years. Unless they waited years before giving us the contract. Okay. Finally had a crane rescue him, yep. Got stranded in orbit, yeah. And have 2 failed rescue missions. Maybe. Okay, don't just press launch. That's not gonna end well. Let's see. I think maybe I will just go, rather than trying to get directly into rendezvous, launch into its path. And then rendezvous there. Go. I want to go south. Okay, let's go, I guess. That one, and let's pin. Okay, so first will be then it'll be the solid rocket motors. I should have been turning south by now. NASA will rescue Jensen with the Artemis 17 launch before I do. Nah. See, we've launched. To go a bit right. Way. I think. Way. I... About when? Okay. Was looking at the correct one and then stopped looking at the correct one. Point one descending node. And descending node, I guess. Probably could have turned better. Definitely could have turned better, but well. Ooh, and those are empty. Eject them. Done that earlier. And also bearing. Okay, add maneuver. Near apoapsis. Okay, we're in space now, so about a 40-second burn. Okay, well, I guess we'll wait until... Oh, no, we do get some control authority. Good. And start about now. If I... And it goes down, that's good. Thank you for following on Twitch, S. Louisino. And with that, we're in space. Properly. We're in orbit. Stably. Now. This ascending node is closer to our apoapsis, so... 4 degrees though. I think maybe we go prograde here. And we want to pick a point in time where we'll be relatively in the right direction for an encounter. So, if just say here, change orbit. Ooh, that gets us close. And then we can adjust as needed. Whoa, welcome on Twitch. Thank you for the raid. Ooh, what were you up to? A cathedral? I have not heard of that one. Yeah, I'm Wattam. I'm playing Kerbal Space Program. It is a game about chaotically doing space. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, so I am currently launching this booster to be able to get this plane, this plane up into orbit, to then attach to this vehicle thing up here, to then bring that back down to the surface of the planet, because previously they had been stuck on the moon, and going about it in probably the least efficient way possible. Thank you for the follows. That's I am butchering these. The Elven, that's easy. That's easy enough. And thank you, Jano Manx. Yeah, so I'm just gonna fast forward a bit, wait a few orbits, and then start earning. And thank you, Leica218 for a follow. Thank you, Jose. Jose? I don't know. I'm sorry. So, with that, we are close to getting an encounter over here. Let's have a look. Maybe around the ascending node, I'll be able to change the inclination a bit to bring us a bit closer, although that intercept is near the descending node, so we're going to be close anyway. It might not be worthwhile. Let's see, what will bring down... Nope. We'll bring down the distance at the intercept. Right. Okay. Ah, that's why. I don't want intercept 2 in that case, I want intercept 1. 23 kilometers. Oh, LA is actually spot on. Thank you. Oh, happy I got that right. Thank you for following, Zach Thick. I'm happy to know at least I'm getting some of these names right. Even if I'm butchering a lot of them. Okay, so... If that's not changing it, I can... Nope. Okay, so... I guess it's just radial then. No? That only gets me... 16. I've got plenty of Delta V, I could just go... Okay, so mix of some of them. Walk forwards a bit to be able to get to the maneuver node. And I'll guess a bit closer to our target. Warp to the highest point in our orbit, the apoapsis. Oh. Didn't realize that's the solar panels I put into this thing. You can see that's what we're trying to get to. But we can't just go directly towards it because space. So, maneuver here. Let's see what I can do to bring us a bit closer. Ooh, that's doing quite well. Kilometers separation. Are we close enough? Okay, no, it doesn't help that much. And radial directions. That's fine. Yeah, the things that I'm currently working on, I typically play on about this time slot weekly. Currently I'm doing Kerbal Space Program, but I'm also participating in a relay game for Dwarf Fortress. So whenever it's my turn for that, I go back to playing Dwarf Fortress for a few weeks, and then hand the save back over to Durangi. And during that time I'll play Kerbal Space Program. Dwarf Fortress, if you're more interested in that, if you know RimWorld, it's kind of a management simulator. It was the inspiration for I should have been paying more attention. Oh, that's close enough. Inspiration for Minecraft, RimWorld, and yeah, other games as well. It's had a Steam release in the past couple of years. Previously it wasn't on Steam, it was just free. Oh, separation's further away now. Okay. But in any case, I can... close enough that I can maneuver. Quick save and move a bit closer. The engine's on so we can actually turn. And with that, we are matching our velocities with the crane. But another thing we can do is if you... So retrograde, this marker is basically where you go to... if you burn directly this way, you completely cancel out your velocity relative to your target. But what you can do is, if you're not quite there, if you're not directly burning towards this marker, is that you'll push it kind of away from where you're burning, which means you can push it towards your target marker, which means you'll start heading towards your targets. Bought Dwarf Fortress when it's released on Steam. Never dared to play it. I played before it was on Steam with just the ASCII art, and it is an experience. I mean, even on the Steam version, it is an experience. Let's forwards a bit. She kind of cancelled out too much of my velocity. So let's start pointing towards the targets. Alright, that's the anti-target. Target's down there, okay. So, it's the opposite with the grade marker. That one you instead pull in the direction you're burning. If we look, we're now going to meet within 200 meters of the target. So now... Oh, I am not pointing the right way to slow down. Oops, daisy. Hello there. Oh. Because we're just using the engines to steer at the moment, basically. I will try to return Jensen safely. Okay, we are nearly at the point where we can just cancel out our velocity. I've cancelled out most of the velocity, so I will just physics warp, pointing the right way now. And yeah, sometimes the game does this when you're doing physics stuff. It approximates where locations are, and so it will move when you're doing the warping. So now if I unwarp, you can see it moves back to there. So now this would actually be a case where pushing the retrograde marker is useful, because now we'll get to slow down relative to it and also head more towards it. And now time warp. Overshot. And press right button. Completely stop the burn. Yeah, this is the thing we're trying to get to. We are close to it. Not as close as I would like to be. Thinking about it, RCS would have been a clever choice. Point of a target, let's just bring the thrust limiter all the way down to like 0.5%. And then just move us very slightly towards it. Yes, who could possibly have foreseen that I would need RCS? Definitely wasn't anyone in chat saying that I should put RCS on this thing. Actually, at this point, let's make this target camera. This target, there we go. Now, this one will have an easier time cancelling out velocity. There we go. I don't know why it fully extended. Can't extend it. We'll push it closer to where I want it to be. And now, the EVA, this one. Jump off. Go put him in his jetpack. And somewhere in the middle here, EVA construction. Oh, no, I want to pick it up. Oh. There we go. Yep. And he's just put that docking port on. And so now, let's actually, oops, get him back onto main. Use the Kerbals RCS. Yeah. So now I have another option. Aim camera. What I can do is crawl from here, set the docking port as target, and then likewise control from here, set the docking port as target, and then point to target. Now, what I should be able to do slightly my relative velocity. And I might just be able to dock. Just maybe. Just in case, oops. Let's retract this solar panel. It's looking like I might just miss. Why are you not pointing towards the target? It's... might be able to. Docking acquire force, increase the magnets on that. Maybe it will help us actually connect. Wing should be fine. See? There we go. Off SES for a second, let the magnets pull. There we go. We have successfully docked. Now let's get the engineer out, just so I can okay, so it can't quite reach the cargo bay from here. I'll leave construction mode. Let go. RCS. And now, there we go. I've got some parachutes I got access to. Move them over. Okay, got some more. Putting everything on this one for now. That's... yeah. Now I can move over here more. Move the parachutes up. A couple more parachutes. Yep. So, let's return back to the plane. It's also rotating. Come on. Okay. Now, I think I'll do switch over to it, then bring that arm back in. Now, I will be able to orbit it from here. I can. I'll do that at some other point in time. Now, I'll as well activate all those parachutes. And let's just rename it as well while I'm here. I can spell deorbit. But it has solar panels out, so it should be fine. Now this one. We will want to do this. Oh. At least bring it into the atmosphere on this side. That should do. And now, be on our way. Don't mind the fact that this cockpit is sideways. Can I get it around? I think I am slightly. Save and then I'm up a bit. Minute and a 16-second long burn, although I don't need to be all that precise about the timing. Let's just do it now. Not do it now. Let's bring the thrust back up. Yeah, that makes more sense. Just past the apoapsis of the highest point in our orbit. Okay. And walk forwards. I am also going to stage the parachutes. Did I stage the parachutes? There we go. Now, what do you mean this isn't working? It's working. I'm not expecting to immediately be able to land off of this one. This should be here. Yep. Just try to lift up slightly. Yep. Do it. I am worried that the prograde marker seems to have disappeared. That is also awfully red. If I press something, I'm not seeing any temperature marker on it though. Oh, I say it. I can just ignite the engines and slow down. Yes, I know. I'll do that once I start going back up. Or I could do it if the temperature gauges start to go up. Yeah, getting a bit warm. On the tasty side. But we are about to hit periapsis. Going back up. So I think this is a good time. Let's flip it around. And burn. And now. Up all of that. Oh. Get out of the way of this. Yes, I'm not really going to be able to recover this, even if it has parachutes, because of how game works. Oh well. Even if it would be recovered, like even if I say I could show it and be recovered, but it wouldn't be. At the very least, it's not going to stay up in orbit. Let's turn on the engine. Yeah, this plane section only has a jet engine, so it can't actually maneuver itself in space. Well, I suppose I could have just ejected the plane on its own and then put this back up into an orbital velocity. But with that, are actually Pass the danger zone. Yeah, we are just going to be going into the ocean though. Oh well. Our engine has turned on. Good news. We'll have that control. No. It is just wobbling. Put out the gear and air brakes just to help slow us down. Even though I have the engines on. And we should be able to up. Okay, not able to pull up. It might have been because I had the gears down. What's the quick save? And I won't let it end like that. Okay. Instead, so I was originally planning on doing it here because that would put us close to the KSC when we orbit around, but let's just get them down to the planet. Okay, where? We've got plenty of Delta V. Vectorize. That was Jensen's nightmare. You know, he's heard all these stories about the other failed missions on their way to rescue him. He imagined, what if we get on the plane and this is what happens? In his days of waiting up in orbit. Here we go. Come too far with this mission to end it like that. I do wonder if it was the gear. I think it was the gear being out, causing too much drag to pull it downwards. Don't think it's because the nose was added on. Okay, with that, we have... Okay, so that we can decouple this. It'll be a bit of a rough re-entry, but doable. Oh, what? I not put... Oh, I didn't put any control thing on. Yeah, so I wasn't going to be able to recover this anyway. Oh well. So much for that. Physics up until we're a bit further into the atmosphere. I definitely could have designed that better. Oh well. Slow down the time warp a bit. Disk warp. Go. Well, on the plus side, it might be a flat landing area. The poles. Put the gear out as well for good measure. Going down. Bring the physics warp down a bit more. This is certainly a plane. I did catch a Kerbal down below in the screenshot, didn't I? I hope I did. Bring the physics warp down. Try to spread the load out a bit so it isn't just the nose overheating. Orbital velocity is coming down nicely. Stage the engines so that once we actually are further in the atmosphere we can roll it. Would like to turn that way rather than land in the water. But I have shown earlier that landing in the water is possible. Just need to do it gently and not dive straight into the water because I'm trying to get closer to the surface and be fast about things. Getting some frost. Let's bring it up. And make our way towards the polar ice. At least have a look to see if it's flat enough to land on easily. Maybe. Yeah, picking up some speed. Oh, we were. Yeah. Not especially fast. Fuel though. Can physics warp. Making our way. It's Gibson. I was looking at chat and not noticing that I was going almost vertical. Just bring it out of that. This is Jepson's view. Oop. Better view. Almost up the ice. That is just sheer cliff face there. Now, this should be flat, but I haven't really tested before. Not on this nice flat at least. Let's just make sure. I won't make promises, but I do not believe Jepson will die. $500 meters up. Bit further down. Bit more throttle, so horizontally rather than vertically. We should be able to land at 40 meters a second. Now might need to go a bit above 40 meters a second, but bring up the landing gear. Bring down the throttle a bit. That is coasting just nicely. There we go. Nice smooth landing. And on the brakes. No need for the parachutes. Brakes will be fine. Have like a regular passenger plane take Jepson back, but we can recover the vehicle. But Jepson has been rescued. Yay. Yeah, I haven't really done a rescue mission quite like that before. Most of the rescue missions you get are just rescue someone from orbit, and that's straightforward enough. And they tend to be in equatorial orbit. But yeah, that was the first one where I had to actually recover their vehicle as well. Yeah, we've got a new scientist. Although scientists don't have much use at this point in the game. R&D. 2 techs left. Oh well. Yeah. Contract complete. Jepson and Jepson's craft have been recovered. He'll be debriefed while we analyze what's left of his vessel. Yep. And let's have a look. Mission control. Build a new surface outpost on Gilly. Jepson declares $50 million in damages. Yeah, I don't have quite that money. I've got 13 million. I mean, I could. I've already got a Gilly base, though. Do I want to make another one? That's straightforward. I'll pick that up. Science data from a surface moon. That should be straightforward, I think. New orbital station. I don't think so. I've got enough stations in an orbit of the moon. And probably not that one as well. So, I will just quickly pick up those 2 contracts which I just picked up. That should be good enough. My biggest rocket? I'm not sure. I have made some monstrosities before. You know what? Scan and such should do it. And not for movie. I've tried making a big SSTO space plane, and it just ripped itself apart when taking off. I'll revisit that at some point. I'll just pick up these 2 contracts and then I'll have a look at what I've made so far. Might be one of the Gilly missions. This, transmit, and that's that contract complete. And then we'll go down to the surface. Rovers probably. Moonhopper. Probably some science around here, I think. Yes. Jepson was rescued. This has drills. It doesn't seem to have science on it. Anything else nearby? Can't remember what MSV stands for. Moon Base Vehicle? I don't know. Moon Survey Vehicle, probably. Yeah. There we go. This has some science on it. No one's in here. Just leftover what once was. There we go, that contract's complete. Now, Space Center. Let's have a look. Yeah, going back to talk. Oh no. Oh, game's still working? No. Crashed. I guess that's going to be the end of the stream then. Oh, I hope there was not a save or something. I mean, after I recovered the vehicle, it should auto save. Okay, I guess that's the end of the stream. I was going to mention, yeah, with the Dwarf Fortress game, basically, if you want to tune into that, we take turns spending 1 year in charge of a fort, and then giving each other a series of challenges to complete within the year that we have to save. I guess you're free from my basement now, fairies. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I typically stream same time on Tuesdays. Yeah, feel free to drop on by next time I stream or in some other later time. Until then, see ya. Right, I should raid on Twitch. But yeah, for YouTube people, see ya. Should have an end of stream scene. Oh well, still working on that. I guess Twitch chats. Let's see, do you want to see more Kerbal Space Program stuff for the raid? In which case there is one person. They're sending a mining rig to Ike, so distant solar system stuff, sending a mining rig to be able to extract resources. Let's go head over that way. Yep.